They say you never truly know the people you sleep next to until there's a dollar sign between you. My name is Elena. For 12 years, I was the reliable one, the daughter who stayed behind in Silveridge, Oregon, to care for my father while my sister Victoria was busy disrupting industries in Manhattan. I was the wife who stretched a grocery budget while my husband Julian chased investments that always ended up in a strip club or a sports book. Tonight, I'm sitting in the parking lot of the Rust Creek Motor Lodge, 12 rooms of damp carpet and broken dreams. This is my inheritance. My sister got the Glass Tower Suite, 60 units of prime real estate in Portland. I was told I'm useless, a failure. But what they didn't know, what even I didn't fully realize until an hour ago, is that my father wasn't just a senile old man. He was a strategist. And this junk heap is about to become the most expensive piece of dirt in the Pacific Northwest. The lawyer's office smelled like expensive cedar and old secrets. Victoria was there in a blazer that cost more than my car. Julian sat next to me, already mentally spending the money he assumed I was getting. The lawyer read the will. Victoria received the Glass Tower luxury apartments. I was given the Sunset Highway property, the Rust Creek Motor Lodge, and 3 acres of marshland. Silence filled the room. Julian's eyes turned cold. Victoria leaned over with fake sympathy, suggesting I turn it into an antique shop or burn it for insurance. Julian called it a coffin for our future. He told me I'd wasted 12 years of his life. 3 days later, the verbal abuse turned into eviction. Julian tossed a duffel bag at my feet, announcing he was moving to Seattle. He told me to go live in the motel, sleep on the bedbugs, and finally learn what the real world felt like. I packed my boys, Leo and Toby, into the SUV and drove 3 hours to the highway. The motel looked like a horror set. Leo asked if we were poor now. I told him no, we were just undercover inside the office. I opened the envelope my father's nurse had given me. It contained a thumb drive and a handwritten map. On the drive were government contracts and memos from the Department of Transportation. The state was planning a multi-billion-dollar bypass, and the motel sat exactly where the new interchange was slated to be built. My father had been buying surrounding lots for 20 years, under a shell company. The valuation wasn't $200,000, it was $15 million, but I had to hold the land, keep it operational, and wait 18 months for the official offer. I had to look like a struggling woman. That was a role I knew well. For 6 months, I played the mask. Victoria called, pretending to check in, offering me a receptionist job. I made my voice sound tired, posted photos of myself painting railings. Julian sent pictures of his new life in Seattle. Meanwhile, I was meeting with top land use attorneys. Developers reached out with offers 5 million, 8, 12. I rejected them all, demanding rezoning for a shopping center as part of the deal. I was no longer the useless wife. I was a ghost in a machine. Then came the 2026 market correction. Victoria's Glass Tower cratered. Her loans bled cash. She called me, begging for help. I reminded her the motel was a dump. The next day, the news broke. The Rust Creek interchange was confirmed with $400 million in funding. Suddenly, the useless sister was the headline. Julian showed up first, wearing the suit I'd bought him years ago, begging to start over. I handed him divorce papers and evidence of his neglect. He was getting nothing. Victoria arrived later, broken and desperate. I told her dad knew she'd choose gold while I'd sit in the dirt until it turned into diamonds. I sold the property for $18.4 million plus a stake in the new development. But here's the truth. Living in a rotting motel for 18 months with 2 kids who thought their dad hated them took a toll. I won the money, but I lost the version of me that believed people were good. These viral stories make it look like the big win fixes everything. It doesn't. It just gives you better problems. Victoria is suing the estate. Julian is blogging about me being cold-hearted. My motel made me a millionaire, but it taught me that the people who love you when you have nothing are the only ones worth keeping. When you have everything. Now I'm sitting on a balcony in Mexico, watching my boys play. The motel is rubble, soon to be a bridge. If you're in your own version of a Rust Creek Motor Lodge of people are calling you useless, if your inheritance looks worthless, don't scream, don't fight. Just start digging. You never know what's buried under the dust. I'm Elena, and I'm finally out of the swamp. Peace.